Live from our Jackson studio. Live from the Midtown Jackson studio and live from well into Deep 13. This is Last Call Cafe on Spreaker with the animalistic Jay the Brain Man, the animalistic Matthew the Wizard Nichols, and the pause for consideration, Steve the Baxman Baxley. I'm Franklin Pangborn, your announcer, with Morgul as the friendly drone. Let's go to the cafe and find out what's going on and join the guys on a whole crowd. It's Last Call Cafe on Spreaker.
You're on now.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome one and all to the Corsican Ball. We welcome you to another great edition of a work in progress called Last Call Cafe on Spreaker. Steve Baxley, pleasure to have you with us. Alongside me compatriots, me gumbas, and any other way you can say that, God bless. He is the most interesting man in the world. The man, the myth, the gamer legend, him himself. Yeah, I speak a little English. He is the one man army for gamers, the gamer's best friend, ladies and gentlemen, the wit and wisdom of the Magic Man himself. You'll never see him doing an ESPN documentary because he's smarter than everyone else. The Wizard, Matthew Nichols.
Yep.
How you doing, big man? And of course, this show, where would this show be without this man? A lot of people would realize that this man is, as is Matthew, as is myself, the heart, the soul, the liver, the lungs of this broadcast. And without him, we would just be the lungs and liver. Ladies and gentlemen, Betty White's favorite chew toy, the host of Jay the Brain Man Presents WrestleMania Hut, Saturday nights, 11:30. This is the one and only.
And yes, I actually have a microphone this night.
And if you wish a copy of that introduction, good luck. Okay, kids, you know what it's time for right here, right now, right in this isosceles triangle we like to call this very program, Last Call Cafe. It is time for Mr. Franklin Pangborn to step up to the announcer's table and answer the musical question. Gamer news? It's time for Gamer News with the Wizard Matthew Nichols. And one day we're going to have that on music. So here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Matthew Nichols, the Wizard.
Thanks, Franklin. Okay, this week on Gamer News, well, we got a leak of a reboot for Silent Hill coming to PlayStation 5, and the original director from the first Silent Hill game is on board, along with the original composer. And apparently the game is playable and has a demo we showed around after the reveal. It's said to be a reboot of the series. Also, the logo for Gran Turismo 7 was leaked, and we got a release date for Phantasy Star Online from PC, which is on May 27th. And also, on Steam, it is Pac-Man's 40th anniversary, apparently, and there is a sale 50 to 75% off on Pac-Man games on Steam. So for those who have Steam and love the Pac-Man, well, there's about 6 games in the sale, so take advantage of it while you can. Along with pretty much a lot of other deals that are going on since it's the spring cleaning event on Steam. And let's see, is there anything else? Let's see. Oh yeah, another PS5 game that was revealed is called Paradise Lost, which is an alternate universe where World War II doesn't end. And there is a cinematic teaser that's coming out. It launches at the end of the year on PlayStation 5. And we're still waiting on the reveal event, which apparently is June 4. The leaks are right. And also a rumored Destiny to expand about Dark Omens. Let's see. Well, it's just a rumor. We'll probably get more info later. And see, is there anything else to see? I think that might be it for this week.
Is it time for me?
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
And that's Gamer this week. Tune in again next week and each week at this time for the latest in Gamer News. I'm Franklin on Bangboard. Yes, you are, Mr. Announcers. Hey, what about? How you doing? Oh, that's right. We got some good announcers here, right? Jay the Brain Man, how you doing, sir?
Good.
Jay, you good? Okay, thank you. Hey.
Looks like the dreaded delay has returned.
Everything working well. Fantastic. Okay, kids.
Uh-huh. Okay, let's get you a little entertainment news before we hit the wacky world of wrestling. And oh boy, it will get on those guys in just a few trade moments. And yes, Mon General will be showing his hand to you in a slight minuet. But right now, there we go. Right now, folks, let's give you a look at the ABC lineup, possible lineup. Remember that the virtual shindigs begin this week, I do believe. No, they already did it. So here we go. Here are the blessings from the broadcasting company, ladies and gentlemen. The Connors are back. Yay. The Goldbergs, Blackish, and spin-off Mixish, along with American Housewife. The comedies up straight to series, Terry Leeser comedy, Call Your Mother. Additionally, ABC has in the can the 8-episode first season of the multi-camera United We Fall, originally slated for mid-season 2020. Thank you. That's right. In fact, it says, for the past couple of years, ABC has had the largest comedy contingent on the schedule with not one, not two, but three blocks, 8 to 10 on Tuesday and Wednesday, 8 to 10 on Friday, half hour total. And that will likely no longer be the case in this coming season of the 10 comedy series that aired on ABC this past season. 5 will not be coming back, no duh. Veterans Miami and Fresh Off the Boat ended their runs. Fresh Off the Boat was predicted early to end their run. Gee, I wonder why. While sophomores, single parents, schooled, and Green Acre, bless this mess, were canceled yesterday, which, if you take a look at the scorecard, means that, there was a Friends curse. Now apparently there's a Everybody Loves Raymond curse. Especially for that tall guy, Brad Garrett. This is the second attempt at a comedy series, and it lasted about maybe 2 seasons. So what is going on here? CBS has had 6 half-hour comedies on the schedule in the last couple of seasons and is doing the same for this upcoming season. NBC has yet to give series orders on any of its pilots and to decide the fate of a couple of remaining Bubble series. That's Bubble, not Buble. They got 5 comedies, 2 returning and 3 new ones on tap for next season. Fox, which has been shifting its comedy business to animation, has 1 returning live-action comedy series, and it's likely to pick up at least 1 new one from its pool of pilots, along with 7 animated series. In the comedy renewal decisions, ABC's brass went for the strongest performers and those that made the most financial sense. Jethro, you want to translate? Yep. That means cheap. Thank you, Jethro. Vamonos. Live-action network comedy business has been increasingly challenging, with the off-network syndication marker a shadow of its old self, and only a selected few broadcast comedies having what it takes to become a strong streaming draw and score a digital revenue windfall. Ooh. ABC, by the way, is expected to unveil a 2021 schedule in mid-June. Wow. So, all you gotta say is one word, eep. Eep on that, eek. Let's see. So, CBS is going to rely on more comedy. NBC, we don't know of. And Fox is, well, Fox. Be happy. Be healthy. Okay. What man on earth? Who knew? Okay, ESPN has reportedly set a deal with Tom Brady for a 9-episode series on the quarterback's remarkable career. And are you ready, folks? We got a little Adult Swim for you. Let's read that up. Adult Swim has picked up a second season of the animated comedy Tuca and Birdie. The animated series that was canceled last year at Netflix. Yep, Netflix. Has greenlit a 10-episode season 2 with the option for more. How do you like it? How do you like it? The comedy stars Tiffany Haddish and Ali Wong and revolves around the friendship between Tuca Haddish, a cocky, carefree Tucan, hence Tuca, and Birdie, played by Ali Wong, an anxious, daydreaming songbird. The series also features the voice of Stephen Yuen and guest performers Nicole Byer, Richard E. Grant, John Early, Reggie Watts, Tig Notaro, Amber Ruffin, Jeremy Flower, and Tessa Thompson, among others. It was well received by critics with a 100% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes, making Netflix's decision to cancel it in July 2019 a head-scratcher. Haddish signaled during the last TCA press tour that they were working to land it somewhere. Oh, joy. The series was created by BoJack Horseman alum Lisa Hannawalt, who executive produced with BoJack Horseman creator Raphael Bob Waksberg, Noel Bright, Stephen A. Cohen, Haddish, and Wong. Michael Eisner's The Torrente Company is producer, and the animation will be done at Shadow Machine. Remember those people? Mm-hmm. Hannawalt said today in an interview, I've been a fan of Adult Swim shows since my teens, so I'm thrilled to bring my beloved fowl to the party and be a new voice for a fresh decade of absurd, irreverent, yet heartwarming adult animation. Netflix will retain rights to Season 1 of the series, with Adult Swim, a Warner Media network, picking up for Season 2 domestic rights. So how about that? Dead on Netflix, brought back to life on Adult Swim. Very good.
Yep, just like how Adult Swim saved Futurama.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be wild, kids. It's going to be wild. Let's see. What else is going on? The world of little media. Speaking of Netflix, their shares retreat from record highs, but the newest Wall Street Bull declares the media paradigm has shifted. Ew. HBO has canceled an Emmy party, shifts funds from BASH and FYC events to LA COVID-19 relief. Speaking of which, how'd you guys like the, I'm going to say a 2-night Red Nose shindig?
Not bad.
Especially tonight with Jack Black hosting the Celebrity Escape Room. I think NBC's got a hit right there. What'd you guys think of it?
Not bad.
I thought it was kind of cute. I thought it was cute in a tender way. Yes, I did. Yes, sir. Okay, let's go for a little film here. Then we'll bring the general and here we go. The Thrilling Adventure Hour returns with streaming shows to benefit U.S. banks. For a decade, starting in 2005, writer-producers Ben Acker and Ben Blacker produced a stage show at LA's Largo at the Coronet, later adding a popular podcast in the style of old-time radio. The show featured a who's who of young acting talent known as the Work Juice Players, culled from TV, film, stand-up, sketch comedy, and other beguiling things. Animation and the theater. Guest stars included everyone from Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Weird Al Yankovic, which they called on Deadline.com Yankovic, with an H at the end, to Emily Blunt, John Krasinski, and more. The podcast received over 2 million downloads. Now the show has returned in a live stream version, bringing back the regular cast who will be on stage via Zoom. 3 shows in April and May, having raised over $50,000 for food banks in L.A., New York, and other U.S. cities. The next show arrives this Saturday night, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 Eastern, features guest Nathan Fillion from The Rookie and Firefly, Mark Prokish of What We Do in the Shadows, and I love the FX series. I saw the movie. I love the series. That is good. And Keegan-Michael Key, by the way, Game On, CBS, I do believe starts next week, which is going to be good. And all the regular cast are on stage via Zoom at thrillingadventure.live. That's thrilling, THRILLING, adventure, ADVENTURE, live. Including Paget Brewster, Paul F. Tompkins, Busy Phillips, Mark Evan Jackson, Joshua Malina, Autumn Rezer, Craig Kakowski, Jane Varney, Hal Lubin, Ann Savage, and Mark Gagliardi. Featuring original score by Jonathan Dennerstein, original songs by Jonathan Colton, Rhett Miller, and more. The new incarnation of the New Time podcast in the style of an old-time radio also has featured such guests as Clark Gregg, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Bradley Whitford, Jason Ritter, Cedric Yarborough, Bob Odenkirk, and Rhea Shehorn, and more. Okay, let's give you some updates before we go to the wrestling portion and we open the floor to our good friends. Georgia releases COVID-19 best practice guide for film and TV as state gears up for a production restart. Jerry Seinfeld opens up to Howard Stern on his latest comedy special and who might have played Kramer. Avron Pictures founder William Sadleir arrested in a $1.7 million COVID-19 scam. ABC renewed 13 series, including Freshman Stumptown and Mix-ish for the 2020-2021 season. Mad Men nears global license deal. Lionsgate cites production freeze. Streaming boom as demand drivers. Liz Merriweather calls single parent and bless this miss cancellations her red wedding. And Meth Goldberg says goodbye to Scold. It is his first failure. Wow. Let's see. A reporter pushes back after Press Secretary Kayleigh McNamee claims journalists desperately want to see churches remain closed. That's not true. Please be kind. Now, before we get to our massive, maybe a couple of reports on the Wrestling Wire. I do believe, Mr. Pangborn, you have that duty to perform.
Yes, I do. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, for the insidious belch of the week. And tonight's belch. Applause. Thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, let's bring them to the microphones. You love him, you like him, you wish he were somewhere else on another program. He is General Big Jimmy, Billy Bob Bo Schwartz, Mon General. Well, where is it? Well, thank you. How you doing, everybody? Matthew? Jay? How you doing, my friends?
Good.
Doing well.
Great. By the way, I say kudos to Jerry Nichols for making the prediction of predictions. Oh, did you not tell these guys, Mr. Baxley?
I did not, but if you would do so, that would be quite an honor because I have a feeling tonight's belch is going to be somewhat disdained.
Well, it is disdained. It's also that stained.
Why'd you have to go there?
Well, believe me, I had to go somewhere. Okay. Jerry Nichols. Big guy, I gotta tell you, Matthew. Good man. Good man. He told Mr. Baxley, if we can pop up that he sort of had a sixth sense at predicting who would be whom. The Baxman, the Brain, and the Wizard would be together in doing a very popular and entertaining show. You know he was right. So deep applause, please. Deep applause. Now then, it is. Yes, we do have a belch coming up, and well, I guess we might as well make this our first little stinking belch, and by stinking, by the way, we finally found the quote. Let's give the quote before we do our little ranker-dang here. We got the quote. Yes, we do have the quote. Okay. Then why don't we put it on there, you silly boy? Okay. Let's see. He says, "Hi, Steve. Was talking to Matt the other day. I told him that you are the Mazman. I think he's meant Baxman. Jay's the Brain, Matt's the Wizard. And I said I was the ultimate seer." Yes, he was. Anyway, that's proof positive, folks. Jerry, you got a good eye. Anyway, friends, it's time for the belch. And tonight we are belching the people of, yes, go on. Well, we're going to belch the media. That's right. We're going to belch the media tonight. Why is that, sir? Well, because why not? They haven't been belched before, so why not give them a belch? Well, that's true. They haven't felt the woodwind of belch, so you're going to give them a belch just because. Yeah, maybe then they'll understand they're the bastions of the people. So, to the media, who've covered this like, well, second class, be not afraid, but for now, be afraid of this. When ready, fire! Thank you very much. Wow, a quad. Oh, yeah, that's right. That is a quad. Okay. Gentlemen, I bid you good evening. Let's all get together next week, and maybe next week we'll belch someone more higher up. But anyway, enjoy your week. Happy Memorial Day weekend, gentlemen. I hope you have a little bit of fun inside you because we all need it. Staying hot and dismissed. Oh, cut that out. I'm walking with pride here. By the way, McMahon, you're next. Oh, yeah. Okay, anyway, I think I know what the big guy is talking about. Vince McMahon is rumored to be buying the bankrupt XFL. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
What?
By the way, the general's gone. You know, I thought he would go directly for Michael Jordan, but well, I guess he saw that special and decided to give him a pass. I think Scottie Pippen wants to give him a belt in the mouth. I wouldn't blame him. I mean, well, honestly. Okay, it's timeless. Let's put it that way. It's very timeless here on our broadcast. So we continue the tap dance here on our show, and we'll get better as the weeks come along. And I do want to thank Matthew for helping me out last night. We finally have posted up the singing, the karaoke song that I did at Mega XP. I lost on Jeopardy. And that's on my YouTube channel. Just search for Lugnut6. That's Lugnuts, the number 6, and ye shall find it. And when they see me, it's hilarious. It's funny. It was in the dark, a very, very shoddily lit room, but you can hear me singing. And if that brings the dogs into your local veterinarian for being spayed and neutered, my apologies, but hey, I had fun.
Yep. Sorry that the video quality is kind of bad. And you can't really see Steve because, unfortunately, I had to keep my phone plugged into the charger. So I was pretty much stuck in that one spot because I was recording pretty much a majority of the karaoke concert until Steve and his mom drove me home.
Yep. We're very good folks when it comes to this. Let's give you a little health update, folks. As you know, tomorrow night is Double or Nothing Part 2. We can give you a little information. Ray Fennick is okay. I will say that he left the ring area on his own accord, but boy, did he take a hit. Did he take a hit on that splash? However, not exactly a good news update on Doctor of Dentistry, Miss Britt Baker. They had a quattro for a tag team women's championship thing. Nyla Rose and Britt Baker took on Hikaru Shida and Chris Statlander in tag team action. And during the match, Statlander and Shida picked Rose up and threw her down on Baker, who was sitting in the corner of the ring. Rose landed hard on Baker's knee, and she looked to be in pain instantly after taking the move, as seen on the live broadcast. She was favoring the knee as she and Statlander continued to wrestle afterwards. Rose would eventually tag herself in, and Baker would not return to the match. As a ringside physician checked on her, Baker could be seen being helped to the back after the match. On this Saturday's Double or Nothing pay-per-view, Baker is scheduled to face Statlander, but if the injury is anything serious, that could change things up. Rose will be defending her title against Shida, the current number 1 contender. So, as they say, stay tuned. But, wow. I mean, I saw that match, and, Brain, I don't know what you thought of it, but, to quote, Lucille Ball, ugh.
It was something.
I mean, the way Nyla Rose landed on her, wow. But we do wish her very well. Okay, let's keep going here. SmackDown on Fox featured backstage promo by the Forgotten Sons, Steve Cutler, Jackson Riker, and Wesley Blake. Cutler spoke during the promo and said they've all had the tough times adjusting to life back home, as have their brothers, who they served in the armed forces with. Cutler said they've had their dark times. If that makes you a bit uncomfortable, then it should. He went on and said, that's their blood in their hands, but what's only fair is now they have our blood on their hands. The segment opened with a disclaimer that read this: the following comments represent the personal views and opinions of Riker, Cutler, and Blake, collectively known as the Forgotten Sons. They do not reflect and represent the views and opinions held by the WWE. Viewer discretion is advised. Tonight's SmackDown also featured a graphic in memory of WWE superstar Shad Gaspard. This week's WWE NXT episode opened with the tribute to Shad, as WWE shows often do when the talent has passed away. But the Shad graphic was shown closer to the end of the show, and I personally thought it would have been nice if it was shown at the beginning of. But this is the WWE. They tribute as they can. But Shad, you will be missed, and all of us wrestling fans send our sympathies and respects to your family and to your colleagues. Okay, and a final wrestling report. Seth Rollins finally got a chance to open his mouth for a comment on Jim Cornette's comment criticizing Becky Lynch's pregnancy. Is it just me, or is Jim Cornette fallen off the wagon a couple of times this year? Here we go. Let's see. He had his reaction to the news, and now it's slowly starting to feel real. And I'll just brief on it. Pretty good, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate the congratulations. He said this on Corey Graves' After the Bell. I appreciate the congratulations really from everybody. It's pretty overwhelming as far as positivity is concerned regarding the news, which you would hope and expect for something like this. But it's been real good, man. We're still so early in the pregnancy, so it kind of isn't totally real. Now, Rollins shared his excitement on social media by sharing a picture of Lynch when they found out she was pregnant. However, Jim Cornette had to butt in with his mouth. Cornette said that Lynch should have had waited to get pregnant because she's making so much money now. Cornette and Rollins had worked together in Ring of Honor, and Rollins talked about the shock he felt when he heard Cornette's comments about his fiancée, Lynch. Yeah, a little bit, and you know what? It actually came from one of the most unlikeliest of sources, and I don't really want to take too much time to get into it because I don't want to focus on it. But it hurt my feelings on a personal level because Cornette is someone who's a legend in our industry. And he's someone that I personally worked with in my time at Ring of Honor. And for him to come out and say some real negative things, some real misogynist things about women in general and pregnancy in the industry, it kind of caught me off guard and made me lose a lot of respect for someone who a lot of people had already kind of lost respect for. And I was still holding on to hope that somewhere along the line there was a personal connection between Jim and I, that he would think twice before making just some egregious comments about women, about my wife. I can't even forgive them. I don't even want to repeat them. Way to go, and we won't repeat them. We say blessings to you, Mr. Rollins, and to your wife, Becky Lynch. Comments, gentlemen, on Mr. Cornette. Do you think he's finally lost it, or what's going on with him?
I have no idea.
Me neither.
Yeah. Anyway, that's our wrestling report. How many minutes do we got left on the broadcast?
There is no limit. Remember, Steve?
We have no limit. I keep forgetting we're no longer on that other one. We're on a real podcast network. Hey, cool. Oh, speaking of podcast networks, congratulations to Joe. Oh boy, I forgot his name. Oh yeah, Joe Rogan, $100 million. He dumps YouTube and goes to Spotify, which is not bad. Congratulations. It's an exclusive multi-year deal. Let's give you all the ins and outs of it before we do anything more further. He announced the deal on Instagram, telling his 9.5 million followers that the podcast will move to Spotify on September 1st. In an agreement that further cements Spotify's evolution from a music streaming service to a behemoth purveyor of all kinds of online audio. The company did not disclose the financial details of the agreement to license the podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience, but the Wall Street Journal, citing an anonymous source, reported it could be worth more than $100 million. Based on the podcast's performance, metrics, and other factors. A spokesman for Spotify declined to comment on the figures said by the newspaper. Mr. Rogan stressed repeatedly on social media that the deal will not change the nature of his show or make him an employee of Spotify. They want me to just continue doing it the way I'm doing it right now. It's just a licensing deal, so Spotify won't have any creative control over the show. In a video announcement on Facebook, he clarified he would not be an employee of Spotify. In a statement, Spotify described... Yeah, right. In a statement, Spotify described the agreement as a multi-year exclusive licensing deal that would make the podcast free for all of the platform's 286 million users. The clips of the show, Mr. Rogan said, would still be available on YouTube, where the show currently streams and attracts millions and millions of weekly viewers. But later in the year, full episodes will stream exclusively on Spotify. It was the latest in a string of deals announced by Spotify, which earlier this year bought The Ringer, the website and podcast network started by Bill Simons, which is more than 30 podcasts, including his own show, self-titled Bill Simons Podcast, and The Rewatchables. That announcement came a year after Spotify bought Gimlet Media, a podcasting publisher responsible for shows like Reply All and Homecoming. Wow. And
Wish
one of the quotes...
wish we were getting
Yes.
paid that. Wish we were getting paid that much to stream on Spotify.
Hey, I wouldn't mind getting a little bit of cheese like that. I'd sell for, I'd sell for a little sharp cheddar, not nothing too big, just something, nice, something good. Maybe when we get better, we can get some advertisers who can pay the enormous.
Yeah, I mean, our podcast is on Spotify, Last Call Cafe.
Yeah. So
we ain't getting paid.
I mean, hey, that's right. I mean, I know we got to grow, big. We got to, continue to. You got to crawl before you can walk. But damn, Rogan, 100 million. Que pas. That's not bad. That is certainly not bad at all. Anyway, that's it on the land of entertainment and wrestling. Let's see, gentlemen.
Jay, do you think you'll be able to make a couple of playlists on your channel, one for L2C and the other for Wrestle Anime Hut on your YouTube channel?
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. Jay's still with us, of course.
Well, I did say maybe.
Okay. Call me maybe. Uh-huh. Anyway, by the way, I love this thing they've Facebook put up called Rooms. It's not bad. It is not bad at all. We'll go try that sometime this week. Anyway, get a room. We got a room. Anyway, before we call this a fruge, before we call this an Egbert, starting next week, we're going to bring some comedy to the some of our usual, well, not usual, some of the things you loved about the Last Call Cafe. That is, of course, whenever we have nothing to say, we can play little comedy bits. Of course, the comedy bits will be public domain for a while. This is true, public domain for a while. Get used to listening to some of the old comics, and all that. That'll be coming up a couple of weeks from now. So get ready for all that fun, all that jazz, and all that comedy. In a few weeks, so get ready.
Yeah. I just hope we can get an audience for our show. And just get more people listening to the show.
Yeah, I'm going to download a new. I'm thinking of downloading. Well, not Paint Shop Pro, but Adobe Photoshop, or new look and everything. I love what we got as a title. I love that sort of NWO-ish look. That's pretty good. We're keeping it, by the way.
Yeah, right, I think we've run out of stuff to talk about.
But you'll still see our Jazzy Moon somewhere.
I think we've run out of stuff to talk about.
We're starting to do, like, when you start hearing us do some business discussions, you know we've run out of things. So I think that's going to wrap things up for us for tonight. If anyone has anything more to say.
Well, the Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated is just now available for pre-purchase, which I pre-ordered it, and it'll be able to install on my computer on the day of its release.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Matt, while we got you on here, or I got you here. No, we got you here. Of course we do.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you a question, man. Since this COVID-19 virus shut down all the live sports on networks like ESPN and Fox Sports 1 and 2, and they've been regulated to air some gaming programs like Madden 2020 playoffs and stuff like that. Do you think this has given the gaming industry more of a boost in the recognition than ever before?
I think so. I haven't really watched those. But yeah, they should be giving the gaming industry a boost. We're all locked up here, and everyone's been doing live streams for video games and stuff.
This is true. Okay, by the way, we are going to try to get some guests for our podcast here. The only thing is, usually they would call a number. Here's what you got to do. If you want to be a guest on this program, you're going to have to get Skype. For now. Am I agreed in saying that, guys?
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you got Skype and you want to... Pardon?
Yes.
Okay. So if you have Skype and you want to be a guest on our show, just bop us and we'll have you on the air. We have no number, so all you got to do is just hit our little Skype living room called, of course, Last Call Cafe, and we will put you on the air.
Did you say
You will be a part of this little fun fiesta.
Did you say us?
So, think about it.
Did you say
Thank
us?
you much. We'll tell.
Did you say us? There's a sensor there. Just pretend that it's there.
Let's see.
There's a
us. B-O-P.
Oh, you didn't say us?
Oh, boy.
That's right. We got censorship now, baby. Yeah.
No, I did not say that word.
I got a censor button, baby. Yeah.
Okay. We're going to have fun on this show finally.
Yes, we are.
You're right.
Yep, with the brain controlling the bleep button. With the brain controlling the bleep button, we're going to have some fun. Mm-hmm. So, but if you want to be a guest, feel free. We'll have you on. But until then, for Jay the Brain Man, Matt the Wizard Nichols, and our entire little wacky crew of little rock and roll dancers, I'm Steve the Baxman Baxley, reminding you that the drive-in will always be alive. See you tomorrow night for Wrestle Anime Hut. Until then, ta-ra.
Golf.